welcome or welcome back to Beauty Bees. Today I'm filming a declutter video, which is always a little bit of a bummer, but I'm glad to move some things out, get some space back in my stash. So I have some makeup and some nail polish. I think we're going to start with nail polish. And the first two I'm getting rid of for the exact same reason. This is Deborah Lippmann Love at First Sight, which is a very, very pale pink, and Essie Boatloads of Love, which is a white with a blue sheen to it. It just takes so many coats of either one of these to look like anything on the nail, and I would probably use this one, the pink, more than the white, because the white with that blue sheen is just not something that I want as a barely there color. The pink, I thought I could use as like a perfecting shade, but I just don't use it. So it can go there. That's two polishes. This next one is from LA Colors. It is their bright green from their, I think this is their Bleached Neons collection. And this is the shade Lucky, and the formula on this is just awful. It's so strange because I have another one from the same collection in this like sky blue shade, and it is beautiful, but this one, 3 coats and it still looks patchy and streaky. I can't deal with it. I wear this on my toes when I wear it, and even from that distance, from 5.5 feet away, I can still see that it's not perfect. It's not me getting way up in here with my fingers and being able to see each and every little flaw. It's obvious. This is going, I've found myself a couple different times this summer thinking that this would be cute and then backing off from it because I know it's just gonna be a pain in the butt to get something that looks even okay. And last for the nail polish, we have a Crelly. This one is from Sally Hansen. It's the Insta Dry line. And this is Sprinkle Sprinkle. And you can see I've actually used up quite a bit of this. I'm about halfway through the bottle, I would say. And I liked this polish. It is a little bit harder to work with than some of the other Crellys in my collection. The indie Crellys that I've been enjoying lately tend to have a much easier formula to work with. As this is getting older, it's getting thicker. It's harder to get a nice smooth finish to the nail. So I decided I've gotten my use out of that. Then we move to makeup, and we'll talk about another item that I've just gotten my use out of and don't think I'm going to appreciate and enjoy going forward. So this is Hummingbird Hype from Wet n Wild. I've had this for years. If you've been around for ages, I got this very early on in my channel. And when I first got it, I did use it quite a bit. I think you can tell I've really worn away at the bottom because I was trying to hit pan, and I think this would make a really pretty highlighter for someone who had a deep skin tone. On me, it's more a shade that I would mix with a blush. The glasses had to go. The glare was driving me absolutely nuts. And while this is pretty, it is a little bit too dark to be a real highlight on my skin tone, and I don't wear blushes anymore that would really go that well with this. So this just doesn't have a role to play anymore in my makeup collection. I feel kind of bad about these next products, but these Sydney Grace pigments, I got these in mystery boxes, or mystery bags actually, and I have used each of them like 2 times. There's just so much pigment here. They are pretty, but they're not like a super special shade to me. This one is like a deep bronze with some silver in it, and this is a rose gold. I have shades that are similar enough to these other places in my collection in easier to use formulas. I think that I will take one eyeshadow pan worth out of each of these and press it into a pan. Maybe then I'll actually reach for them because they're just not getting used as is. And even looking at these, they're so big. There's just so much product here that it feels overwhelming to even think about like panning or even trying to get what looks like usage on these, I feel like would take months or years. So I'm going to get 1 pan worth of each of those, and that will be more than enough for me. I also decided that I'm going to be getting rid of my Sydney Grace liquid eyeshadows. I got these in the same mystery bags as the pigments, and they're just not my favorite liquid eyeshadows. First of all, these are super pigmented. I think that might be great for some people, but when I am using liquid shadow, what I generally want is either like an interesting effect, like a flip that I would have a hard time getting from a powder shadow, or I want something that's really sheer and easy to pop in the center of my lid or in the inner corner, something that meshes really nicely with other eyeshadows. These are just super pigmented, and they aren't the style of applicator that I like either. These are just squeezy tubes, and I don't like squeezing it and then having to apply. I prefer to be able to go directly onto the eye with an applicator that's already in the bottle. So yeah, those mystery bags were not really worth it for me. I love the eyeshadows. The eyeshadows are beautiful, and I've gotten really quite good use out of some of those, but the liquid shadows were not a hit. I didn't like the pigments, and I got 2 mystery bags, and the blushes that were in each of them were just so similar that I ended up decluttering one of those as well. So yeah, I think if I were to get another mystery bag from Sydney Grace, it would definitely be an all eyeshadow one. The other products just haven't worked out that well for me. This one's kind of strange. This is the e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD Powder. I found this under my bed. I had not seen it in months and months. I moved into this house almost a year ago and hadn't seen this product or the makeup bag that I found it inside since I moved. I thought that I'd lost it in the move. Apparently not. Apparently it was just under my bed, and I opened it up and it looks fine, but I'm kind of uncomfortable with the fact that it's been under my bed for months. And also, I didn't really miss it. There was never a moment in that 11-month period or whatever it's been where I was like, wow, I really wish I had that Perfect Finish HD powder from e.l.f. So I think it's safe to let it go. I knew that I was going to be decluttering, and I'd kind of been pulling things for the last few weeks, just sort of feeling out if I would be okay getting rid of them. And then today I went through my lipsticks and just gave them all a quick sniff test. And this one failed so badly. This smells incredibly strongly of crayons. This is from Rare Beauty. It is their Dewy Lip Balm in Support. Now I got this probably I did get this a year and a half ago, because I got this when I had COVID. And I kind of think of COVID and having it every single time I look at this lipstick now, and it doesn't smell good. Has it been just a year and a half? I think so. But no, it smells really terrible now. It is pretty, but I don't think these are anything special. Another lip product, this one I just don't use. I keep saving this in declutter videos, and then I don't use it. So it can go. This is Rowdy Rex from Copacetic Cosmetics. It is a pinky red. I would swatch this, but it will stain my hand, and I don't really feel like dealing with that. It's just a little sample. I used to get the Copacetic Cosmetics box. I haven't gotten one for at least a year and a half, and honestly, over the year, maybe a little bit more, that I was subscribed, I think that I only actually chose to receive 3 or 4 boxes. I wasn't terribly impressed with it. I wasn't impressed by the lip products at all, really. So, yeah, this will be going. I'm wearing a red lipstick today. I haven't been wearing a lot of red lipstick lately, but this is Dragon Girl from NARS, and I think it is super, super pretty. Okay, we have 3 more products. One is this e.l.f. Monochromatic Multi-Stick. This is in the shade Bronzed Cherry. And when I bought this, I was like, hey, this is a totally different color than anything I have. That'll be really great. And then I realized this is a totally different color from anything I have because this color doesn't look that great on me. So I've had it for a couple of years and I've just never gotten great use on it. I think you can tell it doesn't blend into my skin tone all that well. It just always looks orange. And not in a nice way, just in a really bad spray tan kind of way. Yeah, I have no need for this. I used to have a rose one of these monochromatic multi-sticks, and that one was better. It was just a better color for me, and I did like the formula on it. I just had it for a really, really long time, so I ended up decluttering that one as well. But these are nice. I don't know if they still make these. I feel like I haven't seen them in a while, but I also don't look super closely at e.l.f. displays that often. Okay, and then the last 2 products are a duo. These are from Jason Wu, and they are I actually don't know what these are, but these are a lip and cheek stick. They are very, very dry on the lips. I do not think that most people would like to use them in that way, and I just don't find myself reaching for these ever. I don't think they're bad. I think they make nice cream blushes, but I mean, look at that. I've owned this for like 3 years and it looks practically brand new. There is a tiny little bit of use at the tip, but this particular shade is a little bit too deep for me to use as a blush, and it's not a great color for the lips because it is so powdery and dry. I keep saying this shade. This is Jelly Roll, and then this more reddish one is Apple Pie. Apple Pie is a better shade for me, but I still don't use it. The only times I've really used either of these was when I told myself that I needed to use them as part of a project, or hey, if you don't want to declutter these, you need to use them. And I'll use them a couple times and then I'll put them aside and won't touch them for months, if not a year or more at this point at a time. So I'm not going to miss these when they're gone. All right, so that totals up to 4 nail polishes and 11 makeup products, so 15 products in total that will be leaving my collection. I am not sad to see any of them go, which is how I want to walk away from a declutter video feeling. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please consider liking and subscribing if you did, and I hope I see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.